that no earthly storm can move. And as you have faith, so shall your powers be, and know that till the end I'm always with you.
It's called A Portrait of Pioneering, and in the Baha'i Faith, when we do, leave our country and go to another country to help the Baha'is there, it's called pioneering. And so that's where the title comes from. And a portrait, of course, she's an artiste.
She's an artist. That's a wonderful, wonderful title.
In 1982, New Zealand artist Robin White, her husband Mike Furukoski, and their 8-year-old son Michael moved to Kiribati, previously known as the Gilbert Islands. Two more of their children, Conrad and Florence, were born there.
Ken, that's a really lovely video that you made on Robin White in Kiribati.
Thank you.
A lot of people have they asked us to replay it when we played it on TV here.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to tell us, what was it that inspired you to make this video on this lady from New Zealand who's gone such a long way away to Kiribati?
Well, I first heard Robin White on national radio in New Zealand, an interview, because occasionally she makes trips back from Kiribati to New Zealand, her home, and visits some of her children who are going to school there, etc. And she was talking about the beauty of Kiribati, and she was talking about some of her artwork there and how it changed. And I got to thinking, why is this woman why is she being interviewed on radio when she's talking about all these visual things? So we thought, oh, we should get her on television.
One way pioneering has affected Robin's art has been a change in media from an emphasis on painting to working mostly with woodcut prints. Through her father, Robin is of New Zealand Maori ancestry. In Maori society, a prominent place is held by the whakairo, the master carvers.
This beautiful work that they produced out of wood. And I just felt at home with it. It was not a problem, and I loved that sense of cutting into the wood and creating images.
So I tried to get Television New Zealand interested and TV3 in New Zealand. No, they weren't interested for some reason. They want more sensational type stuff, more titillation or whatever. But for whatever reason, they turned me down. So I thought it's too good of a story to pass by, and that I'll put my own money into it and make the video myself. So that's basically what I did.
Kiribati straddles both the equator and the international dateline. These Micronesian people have lived for hundreds of years on these small islands, covering 2 million square miles of Pacific Ocean. The capital is located on the atoll of Tarawa. It is also the home of our pioneer family.
Although South Tarawa is very urban, it still tends to function as a village. Far more so, obviously, on an outer island, but we are still living in what feels like a village. And I really have this feeling a village is a very healthy unit to live in. It's a manageable human scale. It seems to fulfill the needs of human beings at every level: material, intellectual, social, cultural. I mean, a city is a wonderful buzz. It's exciting, and I love going back into the big city, and it has much to offer. But there are some things a city doesn't necessarily offer. On that human level of wanting social, warm, loving contact with people, which is very nourishing to your soul, to your spirit. and is what keeps you going. Well, it keeps me going. Feel sorry for people in big cities sometimes.
How long ago did you do that?
I did it about 4 years ago. So things haven't changed there. She still lives in Kiribati, and she just has her younger child there. And we went there for 10 days of videotaping, which was a very memorable time because the Gilbertese people, the Kiribati, as they're called, people, are wonderful. And so it was a sheer delight all the way through. And what happens almost spiritually or organically when something goes so smoothly in the shoot, you know the final product is going to be wonderful too.
Yeah.
So it's probably one of my most favorite projects that I've ever made. So I took it on myself, so therefore I produced it, I directed it, I came back to New Zealand and did the editing, and now pretty much I'm doing the distribution because places like the Cook Islands will use it for broadcasting, and it's shown, you know, in many cable televisions in North America and cable television stations. So it's getting a lot of viewing. And just recently when I was over in Attu, their little broadcasting thing, they had 3 nights a week for 4 hours, they put it on TV, and the people around the island loved it too.
Yeah.
You know, it was good to see.